One of the great passions in Chelsea Kennedy's life has been horses. She lives on a horse farm in the town of Wales in central Maine, and she is the author of a new memoir called Finding Purpose, a life managing the passion, compulsion, and borderline addiction called horses. And Chelsea's with us here on 207. Thanks for coming in. It's good to have you here.
Thank you for inviting me.
The book starts with an interesting anecdote. The gist of it is you're in your 20s, you're looking back at family mementos from when you were a kid. There was a quiz that you had filled out when you were about 6 or 7 years old. One of the questions was, what do you want to be when you grow up? What did you write when you were 6 or 7 years old?
I said I'd like to be a horse trainer and an artist.
And you, at that time, had been around a horse maybe once in your life?
Yeah, I think so. A family member had a horse in her backyard. I'd taken a pony ride, but somehow I was already obsessed.
What was that seed, you think, that grew into what became your life around horses?
I don't know. I have thought about that so many times because there wasn't this, overriding influence from family members or people I knew to get into the horses. And there was just something there that I can't really explain. Like, it's always been there.
Give us a quick career snapshot. What have you done around horses since you became an adult?
I have run several horse farms. I've been up and down the East Coast managing different horse farms. I've been a competitor in the sports of eventing and dressage. And most recently, I've kind of dipped my toes much more into the horsemanship world, which is a lot more about horse-human relationship.
What is it that has so obsessed you about horses?
Oh, I feel like that's such a big question. I think it's really about the interspecies communication and how fascinating that is, and about how horses, unlike a lot of other animals that we work with, because they are prey animals, have this way of reflecting how we are internally in the way they act towards us. There's no aggression there. There's no need for something from us there. It's really a pure relationship, and because of that, you can learn so much about yourself in the way that horses react to you and the way that you are able to communicate with them.
In writing this book, what did you want to tell people? What did you want to get out to them that they may not know?
I think, for me, it was a lot about understanding my own journey and looking back. So there was a lot of catharsis in writing the book. And I think to help people really understand the ebb and flow of working towards something you feel really passionate about. It's not always going to be easy, and there are a lot of ups and downs and a lot of times where you're going to want to change course. But if you keep bringing yourself back to what you really love and what really moves you in life, then a lot of times you can adjust your course and continue moving towards your passions.
And some of the things you've learned about working with horses, dealing with horses, apply to relationships with humans.
Oh boy, do they ever.
I mean, give me just one example of what you've learned from horses that you now apply to people.
Oh, that's interesting. I mean, I think I often talk about how training horses is like raising children, and about how clarity and boundaries are really, really important, and that clarity is kindness in that way. And I think that applies to my adult relationships too, but I often see it really in effect with children.
And one of the other things that I got out of this was that a sense of understanding, of not trying to make a horse something it isn't.
Yeah, absolutely. Of really respecting what they want in the relationship and what they naturally are inclined to do, and working with that to enhance it rather than trying to continually put a square peg into a round hole.
When readers come to the last page and finish the book and close it, what do you hope they will come away with?
I really hope it'll inspire people to look at what they're passionate about in their own lives and make some maybe hard decisions about moving towards that. It's not always easy to do, but it's always worth it.
Chelsea, thanks for coming in. We
Absolutely.
appreciate you being here. Again, the name of the book is Finding Purpose. We've got more information on the book and the author, which you will find in the 207 section of our new Centermaine app or website. Stick around, back with more right after this.